Jesse Palmer. I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Checking in with the Buckeyes head coach before the game. Obviously, it's every team's plan to run the ball each and every game. But today, he challenged his offensive line to help his running back get the record. They know that he's been so productive in his career, and today he has an opportunity to get the rushing touchdown record. So in the red zone, I will be shocked if they don't get this guy the ball. They all want him to receive the rock because he has meant so much to this team and to this program. Expect that to be a big focal point of the running game today. Reese?
Holly, thank you. The Wolverines will kick off first, and here we go. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Bunch formation for these receivers. Running inside, it's Jackson. Got the first down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And it's runs like that, man, where he just shows you a little bit of everything that is the reason why he's in the Heisman race. Like, this dude leads the nation in rushing for a reason. They hand him the football a lot. They trust him, and he continues to deliver and make big play after big play. This dude is an absolute superstar.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Throws it back. Taken in by Smith on the right side. Oh, what a move to get room. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Rolling into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Guess that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Hits inside, it's Marshall. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Tackle is made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around, here recently, a lot of success, too.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Throws to the wideout. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. back out there. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Using his legs, it's Jackson. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Breaks into the open. At the 20. All the way. Touchdown, Buckeye. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box. Still, this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Chambers. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Stopped right there.
Well, to say that this guy was unblockable in their last game is definitely an understatement. He was living in the opponent's backfield, and he does it again very early in this one, David. And I know he was a guy this offensive line and this coaching staff were concerned about, and early on, they don't have an answer for him.
I'm about to say that they still have the concerns because, geez, early on, he's in the backfield right away. Got to have some kind of an answer, man. First of all, maybe not run towards his side. Secondly, maybe we double-team him, but there's got to be a plan because when you get near him, bad things happen for your offense.
And the Wolverines peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number one versus number two. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And they've dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up. That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Right side, it's Marsh. He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right.
Looking for the end zone. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work, changing the routes with his receivers. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games,
just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. Give him 105 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Here's Sayin to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
2nd and long here. Out wide left, it's Roberts. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
The Buckeyes will try to convert on 4th down. Sayin to throw for it on 4th. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the 1st quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
Underwood. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Ohio State. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And right down the middle. He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So after the break, they'll go back to work. The run inside. It's Marshall. He breaks a tackle.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Might as well run him again. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. He's going for a big play downfield. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And the Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Out wide right, it's Roberts. Breaks free, and he might be gone. At the 30. He'll work his way down to the 28. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Jackson. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Give him 114 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. Trying to run, it's Jackson. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. throwing. Say it. Back's got it on the screen. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Making the adjustment. Say it. Here comes the heat. Finds his man. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Right side, it's Roberts. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Chambers. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quick give. It's Marshall. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looks as if he's going to run it. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. Calls his own number. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long. Timeout signaled for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. This is a designed run. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Ohio State calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. A designed run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Chambers. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Here's Underwood to throw. He lets one fly deep. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. Let's start with TCU taking on the number 13 team, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And it's the Horned Frogs coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season. That victory closes the book on a 4-8 regular season, disappointing by any team standards.
Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
The Wolverines moving quickly to the line.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking for running room. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
And the Wolverines are flying down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point, you're going to have to change your thought process.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Wolverines come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Timeout signal forward by the Buckeyes. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Drives inside. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inch, you just have to go execute, and they do it.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down, get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Underwood to throw for it on fourth. He's looking deep. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Quarterback changing the play. Say it. Finds his target. At the 35, he's loose. Oh, out of space. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
And as a quarterback, when you're throwing these slant routes against man coverage, location is so important. You want to put the football in a place that your receiver can catch the ball and continue advancing it. So nice job by that QB, putting the football right on the face mask of his wide receiver.
Moves the pocket. It's Sayin. Looking for the goal line. Makes the grab. Down immediately. He picks up a few.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
And they want this defense spread out across the width of the field. 5 wide on second and goal. They want to run this quarterback. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now is just about trying to save face. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Throwing, Underwood. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Fires to the wideout. Left side, it's Buchanan. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. They almost had another interception. Is everybody clear on who's wearing which colored jerseys?
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And his passing attack has not been great today.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Again, it's Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. They'll run it. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Underwood finds his man. It's Buchanan. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15. Motion from the wideout. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Snowed under by the defense. And that is a tough assignment for a defense to cover a back man-to-man who can get downfield like that.
Especially when he can run routes the way he does, Reese. I'm really impressed watching this running back with how he's able to cut and how he doesn't telegraph where he's going. He is a weapon catching the ball out of the backfield.
The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Fires to the big fella. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. They're really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Unleashes to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Out wide left, it's Marshall. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. The Wolverines trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Here's Underwood to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Bryce Underwood to the air again. Left side, it's Marsh. He's brought down, not even close to the goal line, and that 2-point conversion attempt goes awry. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Here's Sayin to throw. He's got it on the move. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Now this offense will try to take advantage 1st and goal after that penalty on the D. On the move. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Number 96, set to advance on the football.
Coming out with it, it's Chambers. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. The lone back's got it. Knocked down immediately. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Keep it on the ground. He's going to get stopped, trapped, and it'll be a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. And in a two-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times. The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year,